following is a feature presentation of SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. What some might consider one of the greatest rivalries in the NFL, the Washington Commanders and Dallas Cowboys meet here down in Texas in Week 12 for a big Thanksgiving game for both of these teams. Welcome to our second Week 12 Game of the Week here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. Happy Turkey Day, everybody. I'm your host, Joe, and if you celebrate it, Happy Turducken Day. Now, if you don't know what a turducken is, it's actually a dish that the late, great John Madden actually really loved talking about. It's a chicken stuffed inside of a duck, which is then stuffed inside of a turkey. It's a big dish down in the South around Thanksgiving, and to some people, they celebrate it. Not my personal cup of tea. I'm not really a fan of either turkey or duck, but hey, if you like it, more power to you. Speaking of more power, the Washington Commanders are hoping for some more power by beating Dallas here. They are currently on a pretty good streak right now. They're pretty hot. Since starting at 1-4, they have since gone 4-1 to make it back to 500. They're at 5-5, and they're nipping on the heels of a Cowboys team that's lost their last two games. Now, last week, understandable, they lost against the Carolina Panthers, a team that is currently leading the NFC for the seeding. But the week before that, they were the team to give the Giants their first win and make them the last team to get that first win. So, very big duality between the two teams that they've lost to in the past 2 weeks. And the Commanders are hoping maybe something is going on there that they can take advantage of. I can assure you, Jerry Jones is certainly not happy with that outlook. And if they lose to the Commanders today, they're going to be very unhappy then. But we'll see if they can actually beat this Commanders team they're favored to beat. If we take a look at the NFC East standings, like I said, Dallas at 6-3, Washington at 5-5, putting them a game and a half behind. The Commanders actually don't get a bye week until week 13. Meanwhile, Dallas already had theirs. Behind Washington are the Philadelphia Eagles, who are only a half game behind them. All three of these teams definitely in the playoff hunt. As you can see, the Commanders currently the third team out right now, whereas Dallas holding on to that fourth seed. They're a game behind the 49ers, and they're hoping they can maintain hold of that fourth seed if they can, while Washington trying to get, at the very least, to within striking distance of either them or Atlanta, but they're going to have to win this game today. Some interesting tidbits. The Commanders quarterback, Sam Howell, got his first start last year against the Dallas Cowboys. It was in Washington, but it was the final game of the season. Also, the Commanders, last time they played Dallas on Thanksgiving was back in 2020, when Washington was just known as the Washington Football Team. They went on to win the NFC East with a 7-9 record. Also, Dallas trying to join the Bengals and Packers, who you saw the Packers earlier today, as the only teams to win more than one game here on SVGN during a Game of the Week format, even though we're having 2 games of the week. And speaking of, for the rest of the season, we are now in post-Thanksgiving mode, where every week we will have 2 games of the week, one on one day and then another on a different one. We're going to try to have one on a Saturday and one on a Sunday. That way, we have some more interesting games for you to watch, including some interesting playoff pushes, which we will be seeing how some teams can do in those playoff pushes. But for now, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, we'll get you down to AT&T Stadium at Irving. And when we come back, we'll get you to AT&T Stadium down in Irving, Texas. And here we are down at AT&T Stadium in Irving, Texas, not Dallas. Washington will call heads. It is heads, so they will elect to return. Brandon Aubrey will kick it off, while Antonio Gibson will be back to return it for the Commanders. Gibson going to take this from about the 4.5, and he's going to get to about the 17. Let's take a look at that Washington Commanders starting offense. Sam Howell, the second-year quarterback out of North Carolina. He is currently lining up under center with Brian Robinson in the backfield. Curtis Samuel is hurt, so De'Ami Brown will be replacing him, but Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry himself, and Jahan Dotson are still here at wide receiver. Logan Thomas, the tight end, will be lining up on the line alongside Nick Gates, Sadiq Charles, Sam Cosmi, Charles Leno Jr., and Andrew Wiley. Ron Rivera is the head coach of the Commanders, and the offensive coordinator is Eric Bieniemy. 1st and 10 for Washington. Howell going to play action, roll to his right, throws it for Scary Terry, incomplete. There were some white jerseys there to try and stop him, 2nd and 10. Howell going to play action, roll to his right yet again, and this time he's going to be patient and throws it for Terry, who is wide open and's got the first down at about the 42. Let's take a look at that Cowboys starting defense. DeMarcus Lawrence, Jonathan Hankins, and Osa Odigizua lining up on the line. Micah Parsons, Deron Bland, Leighton Vander Esch, and Dorrance Armstrong are the linebackers. Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs are the cornerbacks. And in the backfield, the safeties are Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson. Dan Quinn is the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, and the special teams coordinator is John Fassel. 1st and 10 for the Commanders on their own 41. Howell going to play action. Going to then throw a screen for Brian Robinson. Breaks a tackle, gets a first down into Dallas territory, and he's down at the 38. 1st and 10 once again for Washington. Howell going to toss it to Robinson. Brian Robinson going to run for the first down and more as he gets taken down at the 27. Howell going to toss it for Brian Robinson yet again. Brian Robinson has been an impressive runner. That running offense has been pretty surprising for the Commanders. They've been one of the best running teams in the league. And Brian Robinson going to get handed the ball yet again as he gets taken down at the 14, which is enough for a first down. 1st and 10 into deep Dallas territory for the Commanders. Howell going to play action, rolling to his right, throws for Dotson in the end zone. Touchdown, Commanders! Washington takes the lead first with a 6-0 lead. Now they need to rely on Joey Sly, who's been rather on and off when it comes to extra points and field goals, but he does get it through today. 7-0 Commanders get the board first. And Kavontae Turpin is returning from injury. He's going to take this one all the way up to the 20, to the 25, where he will be stopped. Let's take a look at that starting Cowboys offense. Dak Prescott, the Mississippi State man, starting under center for his 8th season. In the backfield behind him is Tony Pollard. Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Brandon Cooks are the wide receivers for him. Some great weapons right there. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, is lining up on the line alongside Tyler Biadasz, Tyler Smith, Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, and Terrence Steele. The head coach of the Cowboys is Mike McCarthy, and the offense coordinator is Brian Schottenheimer. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys on their own 25-yard line. Prescott going to hand this one off to Pollard, who's not going to get too far. 2nd and 8. Prescott, play action, waiting, looking, throwing over the middle for Pollard, and he's intercepted! It's Emmanuel Forbes, the rookie, who is fighting to go back the other way into Dallas territory. And that's a great start for the Commanders' defense. 1st and 10. Howell dropping back and throwing over the middle for De'Ami Brown. He's got the first down and more. And he gets to about the 27 and a half. 26 and a half, I apologize. 1st and 10 for the Commanders. Howell going to play action, roll to his right, throws to his left, and it's intercepted by Dallas! It is Gilmore, Stephon Gilmore with the pick. So Dallas gets it right back with Prescott in shotgun formation on the 1st and 10 on the 16-ish, and that one's incomplete. Let's take a look at that Commanders starting defense. Chase Young, Deron Payne, and Jonathan Allen, the defensive linemen. Jamin Davis, Benjamin St. Juste, Cody Barton, and Montez Sweat are the linebackers. At the corners are rookie Emmanuel Forbes, who got that pick you saw earlier, and Kendall Fuller. And the safeties are Derek Forrest and Cameron Curl. The defensive coordinator for the Commanders is Jack Del Rio, and Nate Kazar is the special teams coordinator. 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys on their own 15. Prescott tosses this one to Pollard, and Pollard going to get a first down and more as he's taken down at the 32. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Prescott going to play action, throws to his left for Brandon Cooks, who leaps up to get this one into Washington territory for the first down and more. And it's 1st and 10, Dallas on the 42 of the Commanders. Prescott tosses for Pollard, and Pollard going to run along the left side, and he's taken down just shy of the first down on the 33. 2nd and 1, handoff to Pollard for the easy first down and a little bit extra, as he's taken down at about the 28. 1st and 10. Prescott in shotgun formation. Waiting. Throwing to his right for CeeDee Lamb. Incomplete. Overthrew him, actually, a little. 2nd and 10. Prescott dropping back. Waiting. Looking. Throwing to his right on a screen for Pollard. And Pollard going to get the first down into the red zone of the Commanders. 1st and 10 on the 18. Prescott with the play action. Waiting. Throwing to his right for Lamb. And it's incomplete. It actually was covered out there. 2nd and 10. Prescott. Play action yet again. Looking and throwing over the middle for what looked to be Brandon Cooks, who was doubly covered. Nearly picked off. 3rd and 10. Shotgun formation for Prescott. Waiting, plenty of time, throwing to his left for Cooks, who can't get a hold of it. Incomplete. So they're going to go for the field goal. And it is the former USFL kicker Brandon Aubrey, the Australian man, who kicks this one. It's wide left. It's no good. So the Commanders still maintain a 7-point lead with 48 seconds to go in the first quarter. Howell gets it off in time. Nearly gets sacked, but thankfully gets off. 2nd and 10, a throw for Dotson. Dotson wide open. Can he? Could he? Will he? A sea of silver helmets are coming up behind him, but he gets into the red zone for the Commanders into Dallas territory. 1st and 10 on the 17. Howell going to hand this one off to Brian Robinson, and Robinson going to end the quarter by getting to within the 10-yard line. 2nd and 3. Howell with a man in motion. Gonna hand this one off to Brian Robinson. And Robinson gonna stroll in for the touchdown for the Commanders. And Washington makes this a 13-0 game. Can Joey Sly make it 14-0? Sly's kick on the way, and it doinks in. It's good. Commanders lead by 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. Devontae Turpin back to return this one for Dallas at about the 2-yard line. Turpin gonna get to about the 21 before he's finally stopped. 1st and 10, Dallas. Prescott going to play action this one. Waiting and throwing for Cooks. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Prescott going to toss this one to Pollard. Pollard going to get to about the 29. So, gained about 7 on this one. 3rd and 3. Prescott tosses for Pollard yet again. This time the defense waiting for him. They send him back 2 yards. They're going to force the Cowboys to punt. It's Brian Anger, the punter. And he will punt this one. That is Dax Milne, who will be taking this one to about the 28. 1st and 10 for Washington. Man in motion. Howell dropping back. Defense tries to break through, and they get the deflection. So it's incomplete. That one looked like it was trying to go over the middle. 2nd and 10. Howell going to try and run forward. Going to run with it himself, and he's got the first down all on his own. And he's taken down at about the 46. First and 10 for Washington. Man in motion for the Commanders. Howell dropping back. Waiting and throwing to his left side for Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry gets to about the 22-yard line. First and 10 for Washington. Howell dropping back. Waiting and throwing for out of bounds. That looked like it was meant to be a screen pass for Robinson there. Howell going to play action. Roll to his right. All sorts of time. He's got his pick of the litter. It's incomplete. He looked like that was for Dotson, who was in the end zone there. Third and 10. Howell dropping back. Waiting, throwing to his left for Scary Terry, who dives for it! Touchdown, Washington! And the Commanders take a 3-score lead over their division rivals here on Thanksgiving down in good old Texas. Slice kick on the way. Nearly blocked, but it's through. 21-0, Washington dominating Dallas. Turpin going to take this one back from about the 7-yard line. Now, we've seen comebacks before here on our Games of the Week. That took a while to take him down. He was fighting. First and 10 for Dallas on the 19. Prescott in shotgun formation. Waiting patiently. Throwing to his right. It's deflected. That looked like it was headed for CeeDee Lamb if it kept going any further. But it was batted down. Second and 10. Prescott in shotgun formation. All sorts of time. Plenty of time to look. Throws for Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson gets the first down. First and 10. Prescott, shotgun formation. Waiting and throwing to his right for CeeDee Lamb. Lamb leaps up to get this one. He's wide open. He is almost gone. I thought he was going to get the touchdown there. But no, he gets to within the red zone. First and 10 on the Commanders' 13. Prescott in shotgun formation. Going to run forward with it himself. And Prescott going to get taken down from behind. Gain of 5 on that one. Second and 5. Prescott hands it off to Pollard, who's stuffed behind the line. Third and 6. Prescott in shotgun. Prescott waiting, throws, and it's deflected. No idea where that was going, but the defensive line gets the stop there. And they'll go with Brandon Aubrey, who's going to try for the 27-yarder. Kick on the way, and it's an easy chip shot field goal. It's 21-3. And Antonio Gibson going to take this one from about the 7.5. And it's less than 2 minutes to go. He fumbles it! It's right into the hands of the Cowboys. I couldn't see who it was. But Dallas going to get another shot at this one before halftime. In good field position. Prescott going to hand it off to Pollard, who doesn't get too far. Second and 8. Prescott going to hand it off to Pollard, and Pollard going to get taken down at about the 10. Dallas is going to call their second timeout, 3rd and 5. Prescott in shotgun formation, waiting patiently, going to try and run forward, but Daron Payne! He brings the pain and gets the sack. So Dallas is going to call their final timeout, and they're going to go for the field goal again. This would be a 36-yarder. Kick from Aubrey on the way, and it doinks in off the right upright. It's 21-6. So Aubrey going to boot this one. Gibson going to try to hold on this time. He's going to take it from the 3-yard line. And Dallas will get the ball back to start the second half. As Gibson going to get to about the 17. Less than a minute to go before halftime. First and 10. Howell going to throw over the middle for De'Ami Brown. Incomplete. Second and 10. 42 seconds to go. Howell going to hand this one off to Brian Robinson. And Robinson going to get the first down and more as he gets to the 30-yard line fighting for it. And the Commanders going to call their first timeout. First and 10 for Washington on their own 29. Howell waiting, throwing to his left for Scary Terry. And Terry McLaurin gets the dive. First down. And they're going to go for it. They're not settling for the field goal. This is Riverboat Ron in control. They're going to hand it off to Brian Robinson. They trust him that much. And Robinson not going to get the first down. And that will end the second quarter. The Commanders have a commanding lead Here at halftime, they lead 21-6. Like I said, Dallas is going to get the ball to start the second half. Next week, it's an AFC East hosting doubleheader. We start up in New England, where Mac Jones and the Patriots host Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. Then, we head down to New Jersey, where Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets will be hosting Desmond Ridder and the Atlanta Falcons. That's all coming up here next week on our Games of the Week for Week 13 here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. Joey Sly going to kick this one off. Cavante Turpin back to return this one from about the 8-yard line. He only gets to about the 14. First and 10 for the Cowboys. Prescott in shotgun formation. Drops back a little bit. Throws to his right. And that one's a covered CeeDee Lamb who gets it. Impressive needle thread by Prescott. Impressive hands by Lamb. First and 10. Dak looks and throws to his left for Brandon Cooks this time, who's wide open as he gets the first down into the red zone, taken down at about the 18. First and 10 for Dallas. In Washington territory, Prescott with the play action. Looking at throwing over the middle for Pollard, but it's incomplete. Second and 10. Prescott dropping back. Throws to his right for Lamb, who's got the touchdown. Cowboys! And Dallas on their way to making a successful comeback. If they can get this extra point, it'll be only trailing by 8 for them. Aubrey's kick on the way, and it's good. Dallas still trailing, but it's 21-13. As the Washington offense is about to come back out on the field. Antonio Gibson going to take this one from about the 3-yard line. He's going to get to the 20 before he's finally taken down. First and 10 for the Commanders. Howell going to play action, rolling to his right, running for his life a little bit. Jahan Dotson wide open into Dallas territory already, and he's going to get taken down at about the 31. So it's first and 10 for Washington. Man in motion. Howell tosses for Robinson. Brian Robinson going to get the first down himself? No, he's short. Second and 1. Howell tosses for Robinson. Robinson easily gets the first down and more as he gets to about the 9-yard line. I'm going to say the 10-yard line, actually. First and goal, though. Man in motion. Howell dropping back. Looking and waiting. Throwing. Throwing to his left. Terry McLaurin tried to dive for that one. Incomplete. Man in motion. Howell looking. Going to try and run with it himself. And he actually will run with it. He uses his legs as he gets to about the 5. Third and goal. Howell tosses for Robinson. Robinson running with it. Runs into a man and gets stopped short. So on a 4th and goal, they're going to go for the field goal. The 21-yard attempt by Joey Sly. Chip shot field goal up and through. The Commanders get their lead back up to 11 off of Joey Sly's leg. Cavante Turpin back to return for Dallas. He'll take this from about the 1-yard line. And he's going to take it up to the 17. First and 10 Cowboys. Shotgun formation for Prescott. Dak throws to his right. Double covered CeeDee Lamb. Makes it incomplete. Second and 10. Prescott in shotgun formation. Gets it off in time for Cooks, who dives for it incomplete. Third and 10. Prescott gonna get sacked by Cody Barton. He tried the play action, but the defense was waiting for him, and Brian Anger out to punt this one. He's gonna punt it from about the 3. And that is Dax Milne that's gonna take it from about the 38. Gets up to the 42. First and 10. Howell going to play action. Roll to his right. Throw is for Dotson, who's wide open. Dotson not going to get the touchdown, or will he? He gets to about the 7. I didn't think he was going to get it, but he did make it look awfully close. First and goal on the 7. Howell going to hand it off to Robinson, and Robinson going to get to about the 4. on the gain of 3 there. 2nd and 4. Howell tosses to Robinson yet again, but Robinson taken out behind the line. So a loss of 5 on that one. 3rd and 9. Howell dropping back. And a throw for it. Nearly deflected, throws over the middle. It's a touchdown! Washington! Jahan Dotson with the 9-yard touchdown catch. This defense will not be stalled. And Joey Slide, kick on the way for the extra point. Doinks in off the left upright. It's good. It's an 18-point lead for the Commanders. Devontae Turpin back to return it from about the 8. And he's going to get to about the 14. Maybe the 15. 1st and 10. Dak going to hand it off to Tony Pollard. And Pollard going to get the first down and more. He's gotten to the 40. And he's at the 47. 1st and 10 for Dallas. They're on the 46-yard line. Dak going to play action. Waiting. Looking. Then it's deflected. No idea where that was going. But he looked like he was going to try and head to the right a little. 2nd and 10. Prescott hands it off to Pollard, who's stuffed at midfield. 3rd and 7. Prescott waiting, patient, looking, throwing to his left, and it's Brandon Cooks who leaps up and can't get it. Incomplete. So they're going to have to punt the ball. They don't want too deep of a punt. And Anger might have given them too deep of a punt. This one going to go back to the end zone for a touchback. And that's how the 3rd quarter will end here. 1st and 10. Man in motion for Washington. Howell going to toss to Brian Robinson. Robinson going to get to about the 31. So 2nd and 4. Howell dropping back. Waiting. Gonna throw to his left. No, could throw in the middle, actually. I don't know what I was saying there. 3rd and 4. Howell dropping back. Throw for a screen pass for Robinson. Robinson got the first down and more as he's taken down at the 39. 1st and 10 for the Commanders. Howell, play action. Looking and throwing over the middle for Scary Terry. Terry McLaurin. He's got the first down and more in Dallas territory as he's taken down at about the 23. 1st and 10 for Washington. Howell going to play action, roll to his right. Gonna throw this one for Thomas. It's Logan Thomas who gets taken down about the 8. 1st and goal for the Commanders. Howell hands it off to Robinson. Robinson gonna break a tackle or two and gets taken down at the 5. 2nd and goal. Howell hands it off to Brian Robinson again. Robinson fighting for every last yard as he gets to about the 2. 3rd and goal, man in motion. Toss for Robinson. Robinson going to get in. Touchdown, Commanders! And this game might just be over for Dallas, as Washington taking a very decisive lead, even more decisively further in the 4th quarter. Slice kick on the way, and it is good, as the Commanders have a 25-point lead over the Cowboys. Turpin going to take this one from about a yard back in his own end zone, and he's going to get to about the 16 or so. 1st and 10 for Dallas. They need a miracle, or maybe 2 of them. Prescott in shotgun. Tries to get this one off, but it's blocked. It looked like it was meant to be a screen pass or something, but the defense broke through. 2nd and 10. Prescott, play action, running out of time, throws it quick. He had to, otherwise he was going down with that ball. 3rd and 10. Prescott dropping back, throwing to his right for CeeDee Lamb, who dives for it, but it's incomplete. Dallas going for it on 4th down. They have to. Shotgun formation for Prescott. Prescott throwing for Jake Ferguson. It's picked off! Cameron Curl brings it immediately into the red zone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this game is over. 1st and 10 for the Commanders on Dallas's 20. Hand off to Brian Robinson. Robinson gets to about the 16. 2nd and 7. Howell Gonna play action, rolling to his right, running for his life. Gets it off for Scary Terry. Touchdown! The Commanders just keep piling it on. And Terry McLaurin's touchdown catch from Howell gonna make it 44-13. Gonna make it 45. Slice kick on the way is good. Yes, they will. A 32-point lead in the fourth quarter. Devontae Turpin will be back to return this one. He'll take it from about the 7-yard line. And he's going to get to the 25, up to the 30. And that's where he'll stop. Commanders have an interesting schedule coming up. First and 10 for Dallas in shotgun formation, as he's going to get a screen pass off to Pollard here, who gets taken out behind the line. Washington has Miami next week, then a bye before they head to LA to take on the Rams. Toss for Tony Pollard here. Pollard going to get to the 34, as Dallas going to call their first timeout. Dallas, meanwhile, they have Seattle at home, Philly at home, and then they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. All three of those teams, by the way, playoff contenders, as Dallas calling their second timeout. Prescott dropping back, looking for an open man, throws over the middle for Gallup, who gets taken down to about the 45-yard line. They're going to call their third and final timeout with less than 3 minutes to go. Less than 2.5 to go, actually. Prescott dropping back, looking, throws for Michael Gallup over the middle, and Gallup, they're going to measure it, and they're going to say he was short. So it'll be second down and inches on this one. Prescott going to hand it off to Pollard, gets stuffed. Did he make this first down? No, he didn't. So it's third and inches. He gets taken out at the line of scrimmage. Actually, a little further back, I think. Toss for Pollard. And this time there is a first down with less than 2 minutes to go. First and 10 for the Cowboys. But this game is just about playing for pride for them now. Tony Pollard going to get the toss, and he's going to get the first down. First and 10 for the Cowboys in Commanders territory on the 24-yard line. Shotgun formation for Prescott. Dak looking throws out of bounds. I don't know if that was intentionally throwing it out of bounds or if he was trying a screen pass for Pollard. But either way, second and 10. Prescott throws over to his right for CeeDee Lamb. Lamb going to get one more touchdown for the road, even though they're at home. And CeeDee Lamb going to try and make this a 25-point game instead of a massive 32-point game like they had before. Kick on the way, and it's good by Brandon Aubrey. Dallas on a 3-game skid now as they go for the onside kick. Commanders, though, they keep on trucking along. They're hoping to try and take the NFC East. This is a good way to start it. They're a threat after not looking too great there. After not looking too great with the start they had. And Howell going to play action. Gonna get it off in time, but it's deflected, incomplete. 3rd and 3. Howell can just go on cruise control, throws to his left for Scary Terry, and Terry McLaurin. This is what we call one more for the road. Gonna take home the leftovers as they stuff the Cowboys like a turkey. CeeDee Lamb tried to prevent this from being a 32-point lead game in favor of the Commanders. Instead, Scary Terry confirms it'll be a 32-point game. And that will do it. The Washington Commanders upsetting the Dallas Cowboys at home 52-20. But these two teams will see each other again at the end of the year. But it'll be on Washington's turf then. So looking at the standings in the NFC East, the Commanders now just half a game behind the Cowboys as they further separate themselves from Philadelphia. Still in second place in the division, and still the third team out, because technically speaking, even though they are still tied with the Seahawks have the tiebreaker for having less losses, having a better win percentage overall. A reminder to you all to join us here later on in the week for our Week 12 Tecmo Rewind, and to come back here next week for our 2 games of the week, the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the New England Patriots, and the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New York Jets. For all of us here at SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network, I'm your host, Joe, saying Happy Thanksgiving, everybody!